right, so here he is, the ubiquitous Nick Diaz. It's hard to quantify his contribution to mixed martial arts. I will just lead by saying that this man brought a lot of fans into this sport, and when he fights, the building's still packed to the nines.
Yes, absolutely. Nick Diaz has a fan base that will follow him through anything, and rightfully so. He won the Strikeforce Welterweight Championship, defended it in a ton of crazy fights, knocking out Paul Daly, knocking out Marius Zaromskis, and then coming back to the UFC and getting wins over BJ Penn, fighting George St. Pierre, and then also sharing the octagon with Anderson Silva. So it was only big fights for Nick Diaz because he was such a star and such a draw.
And sometimes people lose sight of just how good he was in his prime. 2008 to 2011, Nick Diaz won 11 consecutive fights. Get out your 209 tattoos, folks. Here he is, the one, the only Nate Diaz, making the walk yet again. It's been a long time, but Nate Diaz is back tonight. He has put in all the right work. You know, few guys in this division work harder than Nate Diaz. It's good to see him back in the UFC.
And you notice it, John, right? The cardio. The cardio is one thing that stands out about Nate Diaz. He looks like he's just touching guys with all of his strikes, but the build-up from all the activity that he puts out usually will make his opponents wilt. And once he gets him to the ground, he's a jiu-jitsu black belt that can finish the fight with a number of submissions.
Yeah, he'll hit you with the open hand, too. He'll invoke that Stockton slap. You think we see that tonight?
Stockton slap, but it's just so disrespectful. But I love watching. It's so Nate Diaz.
Got to get you a Lafayette slap or something. Good to see Nate Diaz back here tonight, one of the biggest fan bases in the world, and they are all watching the pride of Stockton, California here tonight. Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Nick Diaz! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, he is an Ultimate Fighter season winner, Nick Diaz!
Herb Dean, our referee for this one. Oh, how good is it to see Nick Diaz, the pride of the 209, back in the octagon tonight. Unfortunately, inactivity has become part of the narrative, but there's no denying when Nick Diaz competes, it is must-see television. He's always fighting one of the better fighters in the world. More often than not, his hand will be raised. Nick Diaz in another huge spot in his MMA career tonight. All right, early in the fight here, and Nate Diaz off to a pretty good start, found a home for that left hand.
I mean, and it's powerful. It does not seem like Nate is throwing it hard, but he always finds his target very accurate with that straight left hand. So he kind of feeds the right hand to get you moving where he wants, and then bang, he drops that straight left on you that hurts so many. Hurt Conor McGregor, and he hurt the welterweight champion, Leon Edwards, in the same way.
Frantic pace early on to this one. Effective use of the jab to the body there by Diaz.
You know what's crazy? It was like in MMA back in the day, guys get the jabbing them. It was all power shots. Now you see guys more educated with that jab than front hand.
There's the shot. Take the shot.
Overhand left.
That was a big strike.
Well, Nate Diaz has certainly found the range here early, DC. This is a fighter close to my heart, close to my left forearm. 209 representing well here tonight. Just misses with the straight left hand. And both fighters exchange in the pocket. Just over 3 minutes now to go. Out of range with that one. Right to the target. Let's see if his opponent can survive.
I cannot believe he is still standing after taking that one.
Well, no denying that he rocked him, but couldn't quite get the finish.
He hurt him real bad, but he couldn't find the shot that would put him to sleep. He threw a lot of punches, but he couldn't get the one to land on the button that would end the night.
Oh, he's got the submission locked in now.
This has got to be the end of the fight.
No way, he got out.
This is a guy that never gives up on himself. He was able to clear his head, defend the armbar. The fight looked done. He loves to fight on.
Just over 2 minutes, round one.
He's doing a really good job putting himself in position.
Ground and pound, the hammer. Mark Coleman would be proud. All right, feet on the hips here.
Look at that. Recognized he was about to lose position.
Can't get it. Good awareness by the defensive fighter. That's a heck of a strike to land from bottom position. Well, the ground and pound has been working for him. Nice job here by Diaz.
Great job finding his shots from the top position.
And there it is, another strike. Gets through on the ground.
Great punch. He's got to throw that kick behind those punches.
Right punches there. Less than a minute to go now in our opening round. Oh, Diaz is cut above the eye. He's looking for that left hand. Not there. Man, how good is that jab from Nick Diaz? Almost as if he's been doing it for 20 years, right?
I mean, he has been doing it. You know, he's got a great boxing coach in Richard Perez, a guy that he believes in, a guy that has allowed him to gain the confidence to stand with the best strikers in the world.
All right, 20 seconds to go in the round. Oh, tags him with the straight. Nice job there by Diaz. Round two next. All right, good news is the round is over. Bad news, Diaz has got a nasty cut above the eye. The cut man has some work to do here between rounds. Well, I'm not sure the extent to which he has recovered, but we do see the end of the round. DC, talk us through the replay.
Well, he's a tough guy. He's going to make it to the stool. He's going to survive unless you put him completely out of there. Unfortunately, he's in there with a guy that does have that ability.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Round two is underway. All right, so there's that Nick Diaz left hand. You've talked about the sneaky power of that one. Pretty good.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's throwing it hard, but he's so accurate that when he lands, he can hurt you. Nate Diaz has a really good left hand, and it's all rooted in how he hides it behind that slap right hook.
I'm not sure if I saw a Stockton slap in there, but it has been punches and bunches from Nathan Diaz tonight.
As it always is, right? Nate is a guy that is going to overwhelm you with volume, and tonight he's starting to enter that flow state that will allow him to do just that.
Well, the more things change, the more they stay the same. He continues to land a high volume of strikes on his opponent at will.
Well, I mean, John, the guy can fight everywhere, and he can fight.
He's had a huge strike right there. I'm not sure how many more of these his opponent can take.
Massive shot. He's hurt bad.
visible damage on the side underneath the elbow. He told us he was going to invest in the body, and he hasn't missed a whole lot tonight.
You didn't expect him to do it this effectively. He's done a fantastic job of following a game plan.
Whiffs on the right hand. Diaz's eyes closing up now, not good for him. Well, DC headgear's not. Oh, he might get finished here. Winded up on the right there to no avail. Just over 3 minutes now to go in round 2.
Mixing up his targets, he's throwing kicks, he's throwing punches.
Well, his corner was pretty urgent after round 1. A little bit lackluster there in that opening round. He has certainly picked up the pace here, and as a result, he has taken control of this second. Connection by him there. His opponent could be out of here soon, DC.
He's almost done. I mean, when you get hit with a shot like that, you don't know whether to run, hide, grab, or wrestle. He's confused. He's as confused as he was on his first test in elementary school.
Well, he lands another strike there, DC, and no surprise, the swelling only getting worse.
It's getting worse. You know, we talked about this very early, how he needed to change something. He hasn't changed it, and now the swelling is starting to get bad.
So 3 minutes have flown off the fight clock there.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Oh, misses with the jab. Slips to avoid the right. Some swelling around that right eye of Nick Diaz. And the takedown attempt, but he does not land it.
Nice.
Well, from a striking standpoint, he has put it all together tonight. He has landed a ton of significant strikes, and pretty easy fight, I would think, for the judges.
It's a pretty easy fight to score. Tonight was a night where everything went right, and that doesn't happen very often.
Oh, another beautiful body shot there. You see the damage. His opponent in a lot of trouble now.
That was Cain Velasquez's punch of choice. Every time he landed that overhand right, he hurt people bad.
Well, DC kind of just playing with him at this point, right? You think he's got to go in and just get him out of there.
Well, he's trying, but he gets a little bit anxious, so he starts to throw a lot of punches and not the right punches. And because he's... Back and forth we go. These two guys are trading huge shots.
Diaz goes in for the takedown now, and he's able to get it. Oh, he's setting up an armbar now. Ooh, arms in tight.
Great job maintaining position there. You never want to lose position to chase a submission.
Diaz gets back up here. 10 seconds now to go in the round. Strike lands there, and somehow his opponent's chin held up.
His opponent's chin held up, but you do not want to be on the receiving end of those types of strikes.
All right, there's the horn. The round is over, but not before he was cut on his nose from the strikes in that round. Back to the stool. Cut man is in. Should be able to shut that cut and prevent it from becoming an issue moving forward. But, of course, as soon as he gets struck in that next round, it could open back up. So the crowd voicing its appreciation after that round. We had a knockdown courtesy of a punch midway through. DC, here's your highlight.
It was straight. He threw him in combination and landed that big punch that really did hurt his opponent. Lesser men would have been done. He's got a tough guy in front of him. He will have to go back to this again. He will have to get back to this action if he wants to get the desired finish.
Third round underway. All right, so after one of the more entertaining rounds in recent UFC history, our next round is upon us. Man, those guys both took some serious damage in that previous round.
They both took some damage, but they both gave it. They both gave it as well as they took it. Let's see who wilts and goes down first. High volume on both sides, and both of these guys are giving it as good as they're taking it.
Oh, effective strike there by Diaz. Well, we got a lot of blood now, ladies and gentlemen. I think my mother just turned off the TV, but every time that area gets targeted, that cut...
This might be the biggest shot of this entire bout. He landed a massive hook to put his opponent on wobbly legs. This is a terrible position.
All right, take your time.
Well, this is a tough fighter to buck off. Very good pressure and work here by Diaz. Well, no feeling out process tonight. Both fighters invoking damage on the other, DC.
Yes, we knew this would be very competitive. We knew that this was a tough fight. We knew that both guys...
All right, pausing the action here. The referee never wants to be the story, but given the swelling around that eye, doctor had to be called for here, champ.
Well, he's having a very difficult time picking up the opponent. Seeing where his opponent is, and he's getting tagged. He's getting pieced up.
All right, well, the doctor appears to think he's still good to go, and you know what? If it's good enough for the doctor, it's good enough for me.
I'm all in.
Ready to fight? Ready.
All right, so the ref will get the action back underway after that brief health and...
Holy smokes!
With a massive highlight at the Garden.
I mean, wow.
The official decision is in. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 25 seconds of the third round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Nick Diaz!
All right, so Nate Diaz adding to his legend in a big way here tonight and really showing you, DC, that he can still compete and beat the very best fighters in this division.
Every time he steps into the octagon, he's very prepared to get the job done tonight. He did exactly that. Phenomenal.